Oh, snap. People can see us.
Oh no.
No.
I
Oh,
know.
my
I
God.
feel so bad for all of you.
Uh,
People can hear us.
It's even,
Even
worse.
worse.
Oh,
Yes.
man.
It's
There we
dangerous.
go. All right. Well, welcome back to some Tiny Dungeons. Electric Feelings and the Naughty Professor, episode 2. So the party finds themselves in a dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
You don't say.
You don't say. Why don't you guys kind of walk me through what happened last session?
Oh
Some
boy.
stuff.
we argued about what direction we needed to go.
That's true.
True.
Somebody from my party was making a map.
Yeah.
Is that-
True. We had an excellent map.
We did.
Yeah.
We have
Yeah.
a professor that's going to lead us to certain doom and death, who
Uh-huh.
we had to rescue from certain doom and death.
Yeah.
Oh, it's true. Yeah. There was some goblin tossing done.
Mm-hmm.
There was.
Quite a bit
Right.
of it, actually.
Yeah.
There were some dudes with like weird wiring or mechanical stuff. Like we found a few dead
Mhm.
bodies all wired up.
Yeah.
Some strange visage of maybe like a past evil that was fought maybe by things that had that weird mechanical stuff attached to them.
I know there was the tunnel, the big bug.
We encountered 50s sci-fi robots.
Yeah.
That you also did. Yeah.
You know what we didn't encounter? Rustler Elvis.
That's true. That is
We
very
ended up-
true.
You know,
Give it
revenge
time.
someday.
Yeah. We ended in a room with 6 alcoves and some sort of goblin things attempting to run off with I don't remember
Yeah.
We
what
tried to take the professor.
Yeah.
professor.
Yeah. You went
Bunch of
into.
Jawas.
Yeah. Described as Jawas.
Jawas,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes.
They tried to kidnap the professor, but you all stopped them and did some damage as they tried to disappear. And that's where we left off.
So that was a nice
Hell of a
disjointed recap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very disjointed recap, but that's fine. We got the gist of it. You guys were hired by this professor to escort him through an ancient ruin that was recently discovered, made accessible by a giant creature that you all opted not to fight. You found some dead humanoids with weird technology bits grafted onto their skeletons. Yeah, then you found a big room with these weird statues that came to life, started shooting laser beams. Goblins tried to kidnap the professor. You stopped it. And that's where we ended. So,
Yeah.
All in a day's work.
yeah,
Yes.
Game heroes ish.
we're going to say we're picking this back up. You're all standing in that room with alcoves. You all regrouped in that room with alcoves.
Yes.
Let's see, what room did I? There we go. Setup is like a large temple. The 50s robots are defeated, and now you stand there. What is your plan?
We had in the previous hallway 2 doors we hadn't gone through. I believe the way forward in this one was blocked, correct?
Correct. The path forward is caved in. You would almost take a hazard just by the way it's set up that maybe this was the original entrance to this place.
Hey, well, we just had a horde of cultist-like thingies trying to drag our professor away, and we didn't kill them all. Which way did they go?
They
Yeah.
would have ran off. If you go to the room where you fought them all, like they dragged the professor out of room, it would be room 12 marked on the map. They all tried to take, or they all escaped towards the east through that.
Well, I think we should follow them. We don't want a mass of them coming back on us again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
certainly don't like surprises, so
Yeah.
I agree.
especially from little green men.
Okay. So yeah, you all head back.
They could be aliens.
Yeah. You head back into the room. I think I might have described it originally as like what was a dining room,
Mhm.
but the furniture was all smashed. Most of it was missing. If you were to continue straight, it would go back into the kitchen room, which you already went through. You got some wildly old canned food from there. But you all turn left and head down. That's not the right mouse. This is the right mouse. You head down this long hallway and eventually moving down, following and listening for the sounds of these small Jawa-like creatures. You come to a T. And you would kind of looking at it, and just from your positioning, would hazard a guess that this is the initial hallway that you kind of entered down.
Oh, good. I was going to ask you that exact question.
And you look to the left, and you see there's actually a room here. And it's got a smashed up door on it. And you look to the right, and you can actually see down that initial hallway. And you see another room kind of right off the intersection there that looks like those other rooms where you found the weird techno skeletons. It looks like another one of those.
And that's to our left?
Yeah, so you turned left.
Okay.
It's still pretty dark, right?
Yeah, you guys have to have your own
Okay.
light there. So yeah, you come to this T in this long hallway. The door, you look to your left, there's a door at the end of the hallway. Like I said, the door's been smashed. And then you look to the right, and you can see down the long hallway you came in through.
Smashed as in not able to pass through it, or?
Just the door's been smashed. Like the bottom, like 3/4 of the door is just missing. It looks like at a first glance, like maybe something either gnawed through it or hacked through it.
That could be a perfect height for some little goblin people to run through.
That
Yeah.
could be.
Yeah, I'll take a peek.
Okay. You turn right. And how do you want to take a peek at this, Chris?
I want to come up to the doorway and, like, very slowly, like, look in the room.
You want to, what are you? Oh, you're a goblin, aren't you? So you wouldn't have to
Yeah.
kneel down.
Let's go.
And then I'm going
I'm
to
like,
kick him in the butt into the room.
Oh my
What's
gosh.
going on in here? Oh, Jesus!
You roll into the room, and you can see it's a large, empty room. Lean forward and then back, Chris.
Yeah.
Uh,
There we go.
There he goes.
Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah. You see it's a large, empty room. There are kind of these weird, old, like, woven straw mats attached to the walls. There's also what looks to be a couple of logs standing up here and there. It looks like they've been set into the ground. But other than that, there's no signs of anything in this larger room.
Now these small passages. So Titus is only about 4 foot tall. Is
Yeah.
it something I could pass through?
Well, there's no small passages in here. It's just the door's been hacked to bits. And then, like I said, you can see like there's grass mats attached to the walls, and there's these like logs essentially standing straight out, set into posts essentially in the ground.
All right, so they didn't come here then.
Yeah.
Is the dungeon dusty enough that we could follow a trail? I mean,
Yeah.
that many moving feet should have been able to leave a pretty.
Absolutely, it
swath.
is. Yeah, you start looking around in the dust, and it's dusty enough. I don't think it warrants a roll. And you can actually see that there's no dust other than the stuff that you all would have kicked up going into this, what I have marked as room 8. But you do kind of look around, and you can see it looks like the tracks in the dust go back down that long hallway.
Ah. This way.
Yeah.
So I stand up and brush myself off and say, "That fucking guy."
Yeah. So you follow these tracks, and you're going to follow them if you're not wanting to do anything else, clear down to that first room you came in the dungeon, and where the professor pointed out, this way to the crypts, that way to the temple. They
Okay.
actually turn and head down towards the crypts.
Hmm. Well, looks like we're going into the crypts.
Yeah.
Suddenly
okay.
having some like
Right.
phantasm vibe here.
Time for
Yeah.
a little spooky descent.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right,
All
here
right,
we
then.
go.
Yep. And
So-
What's the
we're
worst that
ready
could happen?
to go.
Right?
Never say that.
The worst is what could happen. I have to roll
I'm gonna
dice.
start to go first, and then I'm gonna turn my head and look very suspiciously at the other goblin and hang back a bit.
Yeah. So you
Biggins up front, Smallins in back.
you continue
Masters up front, little
Yeah.
ones in back.
Don't worry, Bear Thulu is not afraid.
you continue down, towards the crypts down this hallway, and eventually it opens up what almost looks like a large circular temple with a large kind of domed ceiling. Following the tracks, you can see that they continue straight across. But as you kind of move into this room and you kind of give it a quick look, you do see that there's kind of some kind of like mural or something like that painted on the ceiling. You guys wanting to stop and investigate this room or continue on after the goblins?
Well, I want to pay particular attention to the disturbed dust to make sure like some of them didn't split off from the main party and might come back around us.
Yes. So you are specifically looking for that, and it appears they all just cut straight through this room.
I'll take a look at the mural.
So you look up at the mural, you kind of hold your torch high so you can get a strong, or your lantern. I forget what you all were using for light. I think it was lanterns.
Lantern, because open flames and trees don't mix very well.
Yes, yes. And you look up in the sky, and it looks to be a series of individual paintings moving around in like a clockwork's direction. And it seems to tell the story of, this small little mechanical looking creature as it slowly starts gaining power and strength. And you can tell it's like subjugating people, armies moving through. And finally, like if this was a clock, it tells that story from like 1 down to like 6. And then from 6, it introduced these, hooded figures with what looks like electronic metallic pieces sticking out from under their robes. And it looks really familiar to the dudes you found essentially in those little dormitory rooms. And it shows them fighting this giant creature, metallic man, and eventually defeating. But it kind of shows in the murals like it wouldn't stay down. So they ended up disassembling it and locking away each piece of this creature's body with its brain secured separately.
It doesn't resemble the 50s robot we fought, does it?
No, it doesn't. Those things,
Okay.
they do not look the same. This thing that you're looking at, it looks almost more piecemeal. The 50s robots you fought were one very cohesive kind of design and construction.
So this one's just more all over the place.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
There's text. Well, I say text. A text of form, kind of like what the professor translated before, and just a series of like vertical lines and circles. And the professor like, oh, this looks to be the same language as before. Let's see if I can find out what it says. Oh, it's the story of the rise and fall of... Oh, this is a very strange name. Makfmb 3000. MAKFMB 3000. Very interesting.
Must be one of them ancient elven names.
Maybe. Elves did have strange names in the day.
Very scientific, Professor.
Yeah, elves are stupid.
Yeah, yeah.
That's great.
Well, is that the only thing that there is to see in this room?
There is a door that goes south, but there's no tracks that lead to that door. All the tracks go directly to the door on the west, straight through.
Okay. I say we keep moving on.
Okay.
The door was closed.
I'm sorry, there's a doorway. There was no
Doorway,
actual
okay.
door.
Hmm.
So you continue on, and then it opens up into a very strange room.
Always good to hear.
It's a kind of longer rectangular room, flat wall on the left side. And then there's a door immediately to your right, and at the opposite end of the room, there's a doorway immediately to the right. And on the opposite end of your room, there is another doorway on the far end of that wall. That would be the north wall there. And looking at the goblin tracks, here it gets really kind of muddy because there's been a lot of activity and movement in this room. So you're not able to get, at least initially, not get a good feed on what direction they may have come or gone from.
They go many directions.
Yeah.
Well, they could have only gone 2, right?
Eeny,
Only two
meeny, miny,
doorways.
Yeah. Well,
I-
in this first room, in this what I have labeled as room 20, they're just all over the place. Almost looks like at some point they were just loitering around in here.
Okay.
But right off the bat, you can see there are tracks that lead up this first hall. And there are, you would have to move down there. But when you do move down there, you would see that there's tracks that also move up that second hall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds to me like they lead to the same place.
Well, then I immediately go to the right and check out what's up that other doorway.
Okay.
As soon as we walk in, the right-hand side doorway.
Mhm.
Okay.
You
So
sure
you
do hope you find a trap.
Alright.
You're the right man for it.
I need to clear that.
I believe in you.
Thanks.
I hope you find a trap.
I hope I don't. But,
So- You turn right down this first hallway. And you would see maybe a short ways down there's a door on the left, but also the hallway continues. And at the very far end of this long hallway, you can actually see that there's some light coming out of the end of the hall. And you can also see that there's 2 more additional doors
holy moly.
on the left-hand wall of this hallway.
How
So
far
I'm
would
going to
you
call
say
back
the
and I'm going to be like,
hallway
there's
goes?
a long fucking hallway.
Dan, it goes clear up to the parallel with the start of the room with the alcoves in it where you fought the robots.
Oh my map is.
So I'm continuing to track
make some adjustments.
their trail and if anything branches off.
Holy
I'm
crap.
still doing that.
Okay. So yeah, you're still tracking the dust, and you can see that each of these 3 rooms in the side, their doors have been forced open in some way. And you can see there's tracks that lead into it, but they appear to be older tracks than the tracks in the main hallway you're following.
Hmm.
So they went this way. Other things went that way.
I trust your judgment, Titus.
Other things?
Well, these are older. So
Hmm.
that's the more clear danger, but it's always the vague danger that ends up getting you.
Yeah. I don't want nothing vague leaving behind.
That's right.
That's correct.
That's oddly wise.
So that means I'm going to start running down the hallway.
Is that the plan for everyone? Everyone runs down the hallway, or do you want to check out these vague danger rooms?
No, I'm going to.
Well,
Well, I'm
that's-
going to do it
that's
on my
what
own
you-
if anybody else wants
Yeah,
to.
no,
do it.
that's what you're doing. I was asking what
Yeah.
everyone else is doing.
Well, if he's running, I'm just gonna watch.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll move a little
Thank
bit
you.
further
You
down
can
the
open
hallway.
up the
but not-
flask and watch.
So
Go,
If he
Goblin,
makes
go.
it to the end of the hall, we'll follow.
he does. He makes it to the end of the hall, and then he disappears out of sight. But you can still hear his. Jared, I would presume that your goblin is rather loud.
Well, that's assuming. Jeez.
I'm just, you know, if the
Just
shoe
slapping
fits.
his bare feet on the ground with
He-
a barrel strapped to him.
Yeah.
All right.
But
yeah.
you can
Really
still
keep
hear
that
him
close.
moving around at whatever's at the end of this hallway.
And
Yeah.
I'll start shouting, "Yeah, it's okay, everyone. Come on down," and stuff like that. And so, like, it's the Price is Right and stuff like that. So.
All
There
right.
goes the element of surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll start walking with my lantern up.
Mhm.
Okay. You all make it to the end of this hall.
And so, Chuck, do I not see anything, or am
No.
I just in complete darkness?
No,
or...
you see things. You see things. I was just wanting to
Okay.
give the party a chance to catch up with your actions.
All right.
So, Jared, you would see this first, and then everyone else would enter and get an eyeful of the same sights. This looks like another, like a church temple. There's actually pews facing towards a tiered stage. And this stage has got a curved back wall. And
Yeah.
on the center of the stage, on the map, I didn't draw it centered. But you know, that's how the cookie crumbles. But in the probably like the second or third tier of this stage, there's this weird metallic, almost vat, kind of squarish copper with like pipes and levers and tubes and some windows attached to it. And then from the very top tier, there's actually stairs descending down into this large vat. This large vat's maybe like 6 feet wide, 8 feet long, and it's maybe like 5 feet deep. And you see in this large room, it's actually there's like some chandeliers and stuff hanging from the ceiling, thickly coated with dust. And on the curved wall behind it, there's more murals with more of this strange language. The professor would just be elated, like, "Oh my gosh, what is this strange room?" And he would immediately go up and hobble over and start inspecting all these murals. But kind of looking around, you do see there is an opening in the back wall, the wall that you came in through. On the opposite side, you would imagine that it's got two hallways that would connect.
Secondary door.
Yeah,
Okay.
that secondary corridor you didn't go to.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a peek inside of the vat.
Sure, you move up to it, and it's got it looks to be just a empty, bare copper vat with all sorts of like nozzles and things pointing into it. The professor's like, "Oh, don't go in there. These murals, they tell stories about that.
Okay. And what are
Oh.
these stories?
This is
Hell.
This is the vat that the monks that dwelled here used to give them their upgrades, you might say. It tells a story here. The most devout would spend more time in this vat, and it would replace their organic parts with machines.
I mean that weird metal stuff that was on the skin, on
Yeah.
the skeletons.
That's exactly it. It tells that even the most devout monks were entirely mechanical without any of their original flesh left.
Dealing with the Adeptus Mechanicus here, boys.
Yeah, it says this is how they had the power to fight the Mafgum 3000.
I still remember who they are.
It doesn't clarify that so much.
I must stay away from this stuff.
Yeah, I'll back away from it for now.
Must admit, I'm a little bit fascinated.
The
Yeah.
professor, he would eventually move over to studying the thing, and he's like, the instructions on the wall are quite clear. I think I could operate this.
Somebody want to throw a goblin?
I'm half tempted
Not
to
not
become-
me.
You know, if you
I'm-
needed to break your way out, it'd probably be a lot like dealing with a trap there, right, Josika?
I'm half
Yes.
tempted to go for Mecha Bear Thulu.
Oh my god.
I can check,
I just want to say, Mecha
or
Bear
I can.
Thulu.
I have to
can
admit, that sounds
straight
pretty
up
badass.
Nosedive
Yeah.
into it. It's fine.
Amazing.
Say one person at a time.
Sorry.
Are you?
I mean, it
what,
sounds
is
badass
someone
for
getting
him,
in?
not for me.
If nobody else is interested, I'll give it a go.
You would climb into the vat.
We'll
He's
see how
like,
bad
I'm
this
not
is."
exactly sure if this will hurt or not.
I'm sure it will.
Can I climb in with Dan?
The professor will be like, just one at a time, one at a time. Have you ever watched the movie The Fly?
I'm a goblin dressed in a barrel. No.
You ever watch an episode of Star Trek?
Yeah.
Listen, it was all terrible when Tuvok and Neelix got merged together.
All right. So,
So-
I'll watch Dan.
see how
Barathulu,
bad
you
this
climb
is.
in. He activates it. And the lid, like a lid, just seals shut and it fills with this weird gas. And Barathulu, while you're inside, all of these weird mechanical arms come out and start like stabbing into you. Go ahead and take 2 points of damage.
Oof. All right.
Wow.
A few
That's a fair
moments
amount
later,
for this
after
game.
hearing Barathulu's screams, he pushes the lever up and the lid opens, and out steps Mecha Barathulu.
Now we have to
Nice.
kill him.
Dan, you now have one robotic eye that glows a bright red that allows you to see in the dark.
1 second here. I'll write that in here.
And then one of your paws has been replaced with just a big ass knife. Like a big ass like mechanical knife.
That's pretty.
That was his
pretty
wiping paw.
No.
Pretty fucking sick though.
Uh,
All right.
Berthulu's a sophisticated bear, okay? He uses Charmin.
I was gonna say he uses the 3 shells, but okay.
Wow.
The 3 shell method. Hmm.
Is
Look
it
at
in
you.
Such a way,
Look
is
at
it in
you.
Such a way that I can still bear walk, and it's more like Wolverine.
Yeah, a little bit. Like you might get stuck in the ground if it's softer earth.
awesome.
I'm gonna be like, heck yeah, and then just do like a dive roll into whatever it is, the
The-
cauldron.
Yeah, Professor pulls the lever. It whirls and the fills with gas. Go ahead and take your 2 points of damage.
Okay.
His arms and cutters and pincers come out. And then he pulls the lever again. And out you step. At first you all look, and it looks like Joseka is completely unchanged. Until he moves out of the vat, and you can see from the waist down, he has been replaced with robot legs.
Oh,
Oh my.
I'm completely disappointed in that description.
You now have extendable legs, so you can now become the height of a regular human,
Heck yeah.
and you've got
Inspector
rocket
Gadget
feet.
legs. Oh my goodness.
And
Wow.
Your-
rocket feet?
Yeah.
Your kicks now deal an additional point of damage.
All right. And can I run like I take it I can have the same movement speed as a normal human
Yeah.
then? Or-
Yeah.
Okay. That is awesome. Okay.
The professor's like, this
Everybody-
is so amazing. I want to go next.
All right, I'll
Who
pull
wants
the
to
lever
press
for
their
you.
luck?
Professor climbs on in. You
I
pull
pulled
the
the
lever. He screams and hollers for a moment. You flip the lever again, and he climbs out, and he appears to be completely unchanged. Except for he doesn't have the crook in his back anymore. He stands up straight. He said, this
Whoa.
is amazing. All my back pain is gone.
It fixed you. Wow, I wonder if it can make my liver stop hurting.
So, anyone else
Oh,
want to...
what the hell? It doesn't look like anything bad happened. I'll give it a go.
There you go. You climb into it, and the professor flips the lever. You take your 2 points of damage. It's the same thing. The gas, the stabbing, the ripping, the pain.
Is this special damage, or should I take it off my armor?
This would be damage straight to you.
Okay.
As then you step out, and both of your eyes have been replaced with laser eyes. You now have a ranged laser eye attack.
Nice.
Okay.
That's pretty legit. I almost feel like taking 2 more points of damage just to see what else happens.
Well, I'm not going in there. I like all my bits. My mama gave me them.
Yeah.
Gave him to him.
My mom ran away before I was born.
She still gave you your bits.
Yeah.
And she gave him to him.
Yeah.
Well,
Anyone
Yeah, I
else?
agree. If this is tied up with ancient elven malarkey, I don't want nothing of it.
yeah, I was gonna say the same. This seems a little suspicious.
I didn't know trees hated elves too. I'm glad
Yeah.
to hear it.
I thought
Dan, was Berthulu going in for another 2 points?
You know, just for fun, why not?
All right, you climb in. This time it deals 3 points.
Oh, good.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
You climb out,
I'm not dead.
and your
Oh, that's
chest is now like a metal like chest piece. And when you flex, guns poke out of the center of your chest.
You got gun nipples.
You,
machine gun
I
jumply
specifically managed them along the sternum.
Oh,
But
okay.
if for flavor, if you want, we can call them gun nipples.
I'll skip that one for now.
Oh,
Your
Oh, Dan.
your chest gun.
I will cast heal on Mecha Berthulu.
All right.
Oh, good.
That's 2d6 because it sounds like he's probably close to.
Oh, yes.
You're about probably what, less than half.
I have 1 HP left.
Oh my gosh.
God.
Yeah.
Why?
That's the reason why I didn't jump back in either. I was like, well.
Now, one thing there, Titus, while they're up to this shenanigans, you would look around and you would actually see plenty of the goblin tracks actually leading up to
Oh,
this
perfect.
metal tank.
Oh no.
Oh, we're messing with mecha goblins with
That's,
gun nipples.
Yeah. That puts me at full health, so.
Awesome.
Well, it's a good thing we got upgrades then.
Right? I mean,
there
I can
anything
run
I-
away quite quickly. Yeah.
Wait a second.
So-
Okay, I got one quick thing. Dan, did you heal yourself for 7?
Yes.
Because it's not 7. You get 2 health back. It's if you succeed in the roll.
Oh,
Can I
My
get
apologies.
But you-
It's a test.
you did not
Yeah.
succeed at the roll.
Do
You
I have
have-
to get both of them?
You have to have a 5 or
5
6.
or a 6.
Oh, okay. Well, then you don't get anything.
Yeah.
Well, never mind.
Everybody
I'll be,
protect gun nipples then.
Yeah.
With 1 HP.
Is there anything I need to note for the stats for that, or
You can see in the dark. You got a knife hand, and you've got a
bonuses?
chest gun.
Okay.
So
Gun nipples, come on.
So
Yeah.
looking at the
Chuck.
machine, is there like a hopper or something where all their bits went?
you would actually see there is a drain in the bottom of it, which does have some little bit of viscera kind of still clinging to it. Looks like it was removed, liquefied, and then flushed down.
That's just not right, guys.
Yum.
I mean, I don't mean to be a conspiracy theorist or nothing, but there's a part of me that wonders if you're feeding some ancient terrible thing below with the bits.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
maybe.
Sure. I'm sure.
Probably rebuilding the thing with
full-
the name.
Yeah,
Half empty.
don't feed the ancient elven asshole, okay?
Yeah.
Mecha Berthulu.
Well,
Berthulu
Jeremy
with 1 HP.
2020. Don't feed the ancient elven asshole.
yeah.
All right. So what's happening next? There's the other hallway. And Times, like I said, you would have seen that there's plenty of goblin tracks going down both of these hallways, with some little offshoots here and there on the rooms that you would have passed by. So, what do you guys want to do next?
I say we check out those rooms we passed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I find something that looks like nobody will miss it, well, I don't care about that. Just something I can zap with my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Sure,
Right,
you can.
Cyclops.
You can definitely take some practice zaps here and there, getting a
Okay.
feel for.
And speaking of practice apps, can I since I have rocket boots, can I jump higher than most?
You can jump higher than a normal goblin.
Than a normal goblin.
That would put you on movement track with a human or an elf or something.
No, but can I be on Starship Troopers and flipping over people and stuff like
I'll
that?
tell you, you could do it, but I'm going to make you take a test for it.
All right, fair enough.
The main benefits are it picks your speed up, and your kicks do some extra damage
All right,
Awesome.
gotcha.
because they're rocket kicks.
Doesn't seem like there's any resource for healing or for casting heal. So can I just do that
Sure.
as many times as I want? I'm gonna try one more time.
Okay.
Because having Mecha Bear Thulu at 1 HP makes me nervous.
Yeah.
No.
Oof.
Let's see. Is there
All
some
right.
drawback for multiple castings? I don't think there is.
It didn't say anything in the rules for it. It just says as an action.
We're going to go with that. I will say, if you start casting and failing too much, there's going to be a risk that negative outcomes might start coming
Okay.
your way.
Yeah. I was gonna
Well,
say
I'm
if
gonna
we
go ahead and
wanted to, we can wait for a room or two to go by and then
Yeah.
try again or something.
That works.
Okay. So, once again, what's the plan? Are you guys going down the hallway you came up, or are you going down the other hallway?
Mm,
I still say we should follow the living things.
I agree.
I mean, they just snuck up on us and tried to make away with the professor. They can do that again.
I don't know how to process all these feelings. I need to murder something.
I
Okay.
agree.
So, I just need to know which way you guys are going.
All right, we're going down the other hallway then.
The
Okay.
unknown. I
Yeah.
assume.
Going
This
south.
Yes.
I will
going
not
south.
be bravely taking the lead.
This is a matching hallway to the other one. The big difference here is it's only got 2 doors, but the last door is actually closed and locked still.
I want to take a peek in the doors as we pass them.
So there's the one door that's open, and you peek into it, and you can see there's a big, large, steel box setting in the middle of the room.
Ooh.
Can I kick him in the butt until he goes completely into the room?
I mean, I guess you could.
There's no need for that. I'm gonna walk in.
All right, fine.
You walk in and you peer into this big box, and you know how when you get a computer part or something shipped to you, there's the foam that's kind of vacuum formed around it and the clear outline of the thing. This is that, but it's the clear outline of a very large arm, but there's no large arm in there.
Oh
no.
boy.
Okay.
Hey, I turn around, and look at Joseka. I'm like, didn't you say something about the pieces of a machine forming something terrible?
Voltron, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, yeah, I did, but have you seen these legs? Check them out.
Yeah, the legs are nice. I got laser eyes, big whoop. But there seems to be one of them huge pieces used to be in this box. It's not there anymore.
All right. So I'm like, oh, gotcha. Okay. So I'm gonna start doing a perimeter search of this box to try to notice anything that
I'm
is.
gonna let everybody else know that evil robot guy seems to be putting himself together.
Yeah.
So you do a sweep of this box. You don't see anything that
goblins.
stands out. Just that
Oh.
it's just essentially this is a room with this box with the vacuum form of a missing arm in the side of it.
think I know what the crypt is for.
Yeah. So I'm gonna jump down and be like, nothing. Sorry, but have you seen these legs though? They're awesome.
Yes,
I'm gonna
yes,
say
you're truly a sultry little man.
I'm like, I'll bet those other 4 rooms are more parts. We should make sure that at least one of them is there and keep it from being a part of the whole thing.
Right.
Place to start would be the closed door.
Yep.
Okay. So if you move up to the closed door, it's a large steel door, and it is locked.
Okay. We have a.
Let me do
lock?
my thing.
Yep.
All right. This is a very intricate lock, so I'm going to make you take this at the more difficult setting.
Mm.
Okay.
Even if he's the goods at it.
If he's the
Yeah.
goods at it, letting him make it. Anyone
It'll
else,
be
I
a
would.
standard check
Uh,
if I'm good at it.
No, that's what I. Well, I guess the rules as they're written, it would be a standard. So yeah, go ahead and give a standard. Yeah,
Thank goodness.
you fiddle
I'll
at it
ask.
for a few minutes, and you eventually turn it over, and the door swings open, and you can see another one of these large boxes in the center of the room. What do?
Oh. I'm gonna very slowly approach the box.
You slowly approach the box. You peer inside of it, and it's the same thing you saw before, this kind of vacuum-formed molding around this giant metallic arm with all sorts of attachments on it.
It's actually in it this time.
It's actually in it.
Parts still in here.
Nice. Now, I'm not exactly scientific minded, but given what we've learned, I would vote we fuck it up.
At
this-
a minimum.
This
Well, I would
arm,
assume if they took the thing apart and just hid the parts, that they tried to destroy it first. It makes sense, right? I mean, not that we couldn't
Yeah.
try it again. I mean, we can stick it, let Barathulu sit on it, maybe.
Yeah. Can I make a perception
try
check
to
or something
melt
like
it.
that
Right.
to see if anyone is around, basically, or coming for said box?
you could move out into the hallway and give me that check. Just give me a standard test.
Yeah, I suspect that we
That's-
just opened the door. They just couldn't open, perhaps.
Yeah, we might have given it to him.
That's a D10 or a
No,
D20?
you're going to roll the 2d6. If you go into your character sheet, well, if you have your character sheet filled out, but
Yeah.
you're just going to roll 2d6. Standard test.
D6, blam.
No, you rolled
Oh,
2d26. You need
My
to-
bad.
2d6. Like I said, if you use the character
bad.
sheet in here, it's got just one button you can click on to roll this for you.
Good job on that critical 26. Still.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Right. I mean, that's pretty
Well,
impressive.
you know what? I'm trying to learn the interface, okay? 1d6, and I'm going to roll another because I am trying to learn the interface. So Chuck doesn't yell at me more.
I'm still going to yell at you more.
Well, I know. There
You
you
do
go.
pass, though. You poke your head out, and you don't see or hear anything coming up or down this hallway.
Okay. All right. I guess I'm just like, all right.
Should I try to melt it with my laser eyes?
Ooh.
Damn right you should.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's not moving. I'm not going to make you take a test, but you laser eye this thing, and it is, other than maybe leaving just like a little bit of a scorch mark on it, just a little soot.
Like I'm just engraving a symbol on
Well,
it.
you're not even engraving it. You're just,
Oh.
scorching the dust that's on this thing, leaving just a little bit of black powder on the outside of it.
Oh, this is
It is Ultron.
Well,
this is some
Hmm.
sturdy machine.
if we can't do that, and Mecha Barathulu's looking a bit messed up, you guys want me to carry this on me for a bit?
Either that, or do we want to just try and lock it back in here?
That's also viable.
Yeah, I would.
There's
If you
probably
guys
one for a
want to
reason.
make another one of that lockpick test, you could try and lock the door.
Okay.
They don't seem to
could
be
try
able
that.
to open
So,
it.
how you said it was big? Is it?
Like from shoulder to fingertip, it's like 7 feet.
Holy
Okay.
mother of
That's
pearl.
a big boy.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not carrying that.
Yeah. Yeah, I worry about us carrying something like that around with us.
Yeah, I mean it's at the bicep. It's as big around as like a barrel, like a large barrel.
Why's it got to be a barrel?
Because we all have immediate reference on the size of a barrel.
Yeah. Ooh.
I might prompt you for that heal check one more time if this would be acceptable.
I think he's talking to you, David.
Yep. I said sure thing.
Oh.
Nope.
And that's a fail.
Berthulu
You're
is just not meant to be
Yikes.
healed.
I know.
It's because I'm rolling for you, Dan.
Well,
Yeah.
What happens when you take gifts from ancient elven assholes?
Yeah.
This is what happens.
Yep.
Yeah.
Are you proficient in healing? Or...
It's just a trait.
Oh, okay.
All right. So, what's the plan from here? There were the
Let's try
3
and
other
door
door
rooms.
up again, I think.
I'm gonna try and use my lockpick and
All right.
lock the door.
Go ahead and try and lock it.
Here we go.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
All right, and then I'm
Well,
gonna
that was easy. Give it to me at a standard.
Oh, standard to lock it again. Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
No, you try
Right.
and lock it, but you can't get it turned over.
You would have had it the first time. It's a sad thing.
Yeah, because it was the first roll.
Yep.
So, you're not able to get this door to lock back up.
Well,
Can we break it in such a way it can't be opened again?
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
let you. Like, if you want to try that, just describe to me how you want to do it, and I'll tell you what kind of roll you want to. I'll make you make.
Oh, actually, I can do like magic. I've got a spell touch. Can I make the locking thing kind of melt and so that it all becomes one
Absolutely.
piece with the frame?
Absolutely. Just give me
Nice.
an incantation test. Standard incantation.
I like that train of thought.
You know, weld the door shut.
Yeah.
Wait, everyone's out of the door, right?
Yeah,
Before
everyone
I-
moved out.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, just making
Titus,
sure.
you
I got a
close
6.
it. Yeah, you
Nice.
you
His finger
super.
glows like red hot. He just kind of traces the outline of the door.
Yeah, you tack weld this door shut. It is secured.
Excellent.
You're a beautiful bastard, Titus.
Nice. We should check to see if any of the other 3 doors are
Now
still have pieces.
you do remember moving down the first hallway. All 3 of those doors were open,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
and there were Titus pointed out that there were tracks leading into those rooms.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll
So
just assume that those are probably out.
So,
yeah,
likely.
not a bad assumption to make.
so where are you guys going next?
I don't know. Just throw me where you want me.
Was
Gents.
there anything to the south of the room? It's marked 20 on your map. Is there anything other? Than
You
2
remember
hallways?
seeing that there was just a blank wall on that south side.
Okay.
yeah, there's a room towards the entrance we didn't go into, and then there's a room down from that circle.
Now,
room we
all the
didn't go to.
goblin tracks that Titus was looking for all led to this room.
Hmm. Sounds like we have a hidden door on our hands, boys.
Yeah, that could be. You say that there's tracks. Do any of them appear to be going up to a particular point in the southern part of that room?
So, are you all going to move down there to check that out?
Mm-hmm.
As you're moving down there, you would actually see there's a chunk of wall on that southern wall. It actually ripples a little bit, and you see something small kind of slip into it, kind of towards the bottom.
Ah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Whereabouts in that wall?
More towards the end, the western side of it.
Okay.
And this is a pretty decent spot that's shimmering. It's not just like a small
Now,
goblin
I
hole.
say ripple, not like magical energy, like a tarp.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
What?
It's
Nice.
just like a painted wall cover.
like a Roadrunner gag. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely.
All right. I'll go ahead and I'll reach out and try and push whatever that is out of the side.
Yeah, you reach up and you move it, and it's just a piece of cloth that's been painted like the wall, and it's covering an open door.
Tricky bastards.
Going to run through.
You
All right.
run through into a
It's my shtick, y'all. That's
large
all right.
circular room with niches set along the walls. That you see these niches are filled with the skeletons of different degrees of, technology replacement. Large stairwell in the center of it, large spiral staircase in the center of it leading down. But on the far end of the room, you see maybe like a small group of goblins, like 8 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as you walk in, and this weird metallic ringing noise, they bark something out at the group of you. And they dive onto each other and start to interconnect with themselves.
Start
They are-
firing.
It is Voltron.
So let's
Yes.
go straight to
Wonderful.
initiative.
All right.
Oh no.
It's Goblintron.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, where's initiative again?
It's
Uh,
just a.
just underneath disadvantage on the character sheet.
There you go. Initiative is just a.
1d6, right?
It's 2d6, isn't it?
Oh,
I believe it's 2d6, yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
2d6.
So
For
let's
whatever
see.
reason, mine's doing the fun. No character was found for.
Nice.
It'll say that.
Well, I got you. You got those things there, so that would be a 6. So it's going to be Dan, and then Jeremy. Let's see who had something after that. Dan, Jeremy, 6. That's an 8. Then we're going to put Bert because he's got the 8.2. Then Jared.
Yes.
Then Dave. Then Chris. So Dan, you're up first. As you see these goblins forming together into a giant mecha goblin.
So happy.
As they do.
With our goblins combined.
I do not want to get at all close to them, though, so I'm going to test out my chest again.
Absolutely. Make me. You don't have proficiency with your chest gun.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so. That'd
So,
be too convenient.
roll me a difficult test, and you hit.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice.
Mecha Goblin takes 1
Mecha
point of
goblin.
damage.
There we go.
Mecha
We need
Goblin.
Godzilla up in here.
Yeah.
Right. Something good came of this.
Jeremy, you're up next.
I'll just kind of take a moment to turn back and kind of nod some appreciation at Mega Bear Thulu. And I'll have to use my first action to run up in there, and then my second one to start chopping the old-fashioned way.
There you go.
Just your everyday mecha bear.
Yep. All right, so let's get to chopping.
Hey, there you go.
Oh, yeah, that's a hit.
Neat.
So you deal a point of damage to Mecha Goblin. Next up is Bert.
I'm gonna try something a little different this time. So I'm gonna take 2 actions, 2 shots. Quick shot allows me to reload in the same action as firing. So I'm
There
gonna
you
try
go.
this instead of marksman this time and see if it ends up being any better.
Okay.
So I'm gonna just take a shot at 2 different targets. So
There you go.
Flame.
That's a hit.
One hit. And
That's
a
a
miss.
miss. All right. Well,
The hit.
you hit once. So very good. Let's see, Jared.
Yes. Trying to think of what I have actually. Do I have anything?
You have a barrel.
You
I
have
do
a barrel.
have a barrel.
kicks.
Yeah.
And
And
you can
I can
Rocket
drop kick
kick.
him.
Yeah.
Now, same thing with Dan. You're still not proficient in your new automated body parts.
All right.
So
Not with that attitude,
yeah.
Chuck. Come
So
on
it
now.
would be a test, a difficult test. So it would just be a 1d6.
Okay. Boop, boop, boom. Then a 1d6. All right. Fair enough. Do.
Oh, no. You run up
No?
with your rocket feet and you swing as hard as you can with your rocket foot. But you're still like, this is, a brand new body part that you're learning to use. So your
But
kick
it looked
misses.
cool,
It
though.
looked
It's
so
super
cool.
cool. It's like
All right.
Shaolin soccer over there.
Heck yeah. That's all that matters, really.
Yeah.
And so...
Next time, go for a scorpion kick.
But now it is Mecha Goblin's turn as they finish forming together. These 8 goblins turn into like an 8-foot tall mega goblin.
It was nice knowing folks.
And it punches
I love all of
down.
you.
Now it's got 2 targets here. It's got Farbody, and it's got Joseka. So it hits on Joseka. Its swing is a success, and it deals
Yikes.
1 point of damage. I would
Okay.
like you to make a standard save.
Bloop, 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 bloop. Looking. Standard experience, health, heritage, traits, inventory, equipped items. Okay. All right. Is that on a 1d20? I take it.
No, there's no d20s. This game only has d6s. So standard
D6s.
save, you will roll 2d6.
2d6.
5 and a
okay.
6 success.
Okay. Then let's try this then.
Unless you have a trait or something that helps you
2d6.
out.
Yikes!
Oh no.
What happened?
That
That was on the
was-
macro. Okay,
Two
well,
ones,
we're
yeah.
not using the critical failure, so it's okay.
Okay.
Well, no, I'm sorry. No, you do fail. I thought that was attack. You do fail. All it does is it hits you so hard, it knocks you onto your ass right next to it.
I was hoping I could fly like through the room. into the
No,
other side
no,
of the
nothing
room
that
or
crazy.
something. Dang it. Okay.
Just
Yeah,
goes to
you got it,
space
Brad.
because he was hit by a giant.
Yeah,
That
no.
was awesome.
Hits him with the rocket punch.
David, you're up next. You just saw this thing just clobber the shit out of Joseka.
Completely unfazed. Gonna go ahead and simple as best. Just gonna run up and get it with a sidearm swing with my giant log I have.
There you go.
So,
Nice.
2d6. Where's my? Oh, there's character sheet.
Deliver the beating.
That's right.
Hey, there you
yeah.
go.
Yep.
Iron Pine.
Okay. Let's see. So yeah, that was a hit. So yeah, you run up, you swing at it, you deal it a point of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, you are last.
All right, I'm gonna follow suit with Berthulu and Joseka and roll disadvantage for laser eyes.
Okay. Yeah, you shoot your laser eyes and it just scorches a corpse in one of the niches behind Mecha
Yeah,
Goblin.
Take that, you dead person.
So
Totally meant to scorch him.
They deserved it, I'm sure.
yeah. All right. That takes us back to the top of the initiative order with Dan.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep on shooting, I think.
with your bear chest? Because yeah, normally bears can't use ranged, can they?
Yeah, I just noticed that and was gonna ask about that.
No, this is fine. This is, you can't use range because your fingers don't have the dexterity for it.
Yeah,
You've got claws for fingers. You can't pull a bowstring because you'll cut it in half.
which would be comical
Yeah.
for a moment at least.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll it. Oh, that is a hit though. Good job.
Dang.
I could make 2 attacks, right?
Yeah, you can.
I might as well just go ahead and make another one.
Sure, go for it. Oh
Man,
shit.
you're on fire.
There
Oh
you
my
go.
goodness.
Barathulu.
Dang.
Why
Mecha.
isn't this luck with me any other time?
Yeah.
This is
Mecha Barathulu
that's
is putting in work. Hey, Jared, do you remember how
Yep.
we did those macros in the Dark Trails game?
Yes.
I've added macros for this.
Gotcha.
So you should, if you're not going to use the character sheet, do that, and it'll make everything a lot easier on you.
Okay.
I like the attention to detail, by the way. You actually changed your name to Mecha Berthulu.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
that's fantastic. All right, Jeremy, you are up next. You just saw Mecha Barathulu pop a couple chest rounds off.
Padow, padow.
I love you, you furry bastard.
Slightly
Don't
less furry now.
I've got another
Furry
turret
in all the
for-
right places.
All right, I'll chop at him.
Yeah, you're right up on there, so you can chop twice if you want.
Maybe my axe gets stuck in some bit and I have to like spin a little while pulling it
Like
out.
wrenching it out. All right, Bert, what is Titus doing?
Still keeping his distance. He's going to fire off 2 more shots. Question though,
Yeah,
if you're using a weapon that is mastered, does that give you
you.
advantage?
Advantage.
Yeah, you would roll
Oh, yeah.
advantage.
All right, that makes a difference.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That's the first shot
There you go.
and the second shot.
Whoa.
Damn. All right.
Nice.
Where's its off button?
So anyways, it started blasting.
Yeah. You sink 2 hits on it. It starts like its lights start flickering and it starts kind of like disassembling. It's still kind of like clinging on.
Oh, are those crits?
We're not doing
Oh,
crits.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, no, you got it good and fucked up. So it's becoming less cohesive between all the different goblins forming it with that hit. Jared, you are up.
Okay, awesome. Since I have acrobat, I'm going to like kick flip up, I guess, like push myself up off here and
Yeah.
do the whole Liu Kang bicycle kick
Sure.
against. Okay.
Now it's still
awesome.
just going to be, since you're using your rocket fee, you're going to be taking that at a disadvantage still. You're just
Okay.
adding a lot of flavor. So if this connects, I'm going to let you deal 2 points of damage instead of 1.
Okay. And so how many D6 is that?
You click on the disadvantage button, the macro that you just added.
Ooh, okay. Disadvantage. Blam.
No,
Oh my
you do
They've
your
got
giant kick. Your foot lands on the ground right next to it, and you just put a little crater right into
Oh,
the
nice.
stone next to it. But you.
Am I up at the very least, though? Am I on my feet?
Well, you would
or-
have used your movement to stand up, and then
Okay.
you would have attacked. So yeah, you're up now, but that would be all of your turn.
Okay.
Roll
Um,
20 is giving you my dice for some reason.
Yeah.
It's all right, Dan. I'm with you there, buddy.
so
Somebody's
Did
got
a
to do
luck
it.
swap.
Yeah.
this mecha goblin thing takes umbrage at Titus's and Barathulu's very effective attacks against it. So Barathulu,
Oh,
you're
no.
1, 2, 3. Titus, you're 4, 5, 6. That is a 3. Barathulu,
No, there's
As-
a reason I stay far away.
as this thing is
Uh,
collapsing to the ground, it lashes his arm out and actually flings a mechanical goblin at you.
Damn it. And I didn't save an AP for evade this time.
and it's not me, so
It just crashes into the wall behind you. So it just completely misses.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
David,
Mm-hmm.
it is your turn.
Okay.
Come on, Groot, do something.
Yeah. So it threw a whole goblin.
Yeah, it was a dead goblin, but it threw a
Oh,
whole
a dead goblin.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you meant an alive goblin, like it was
No,
gonna start.
like a dead mechanical goblin.
Okay. Well, then I'm just gonna keep wailing on it.
Okay.
That'll be 2 attempts.
That is lethal damage on that first one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So you cleave this
Yeah.
thing, and the goblins all break apart, dead on the ground.
If I
So
might
congrats.
appeal for another attempt at healing.
I got you. Unless the drawbacks are gonna start happening.
No, we'll say after this one they'll start happening unless you do something to radically change.
Okay. That works.
No.
Ah.
Fail.
Nice.
I mean, I don't want to say you're cursed, but
Kind of seems like you're cursed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
So-
like four failures, I
respect the
think.
spite of these bastards to throw their own dead at you. That's just.
hmm
That's
So, yeah.
admirable.
In this room is what would be the crypt proper. Like I said, just skeletons in different states of, being mechanized along the walls in this large spiral staircase going down.
What I put on the forms to do my taxes.
Yeah.
Crypt proper.
hmm
Where all the goblins.
So, what's happening next?
Only one way to go.
Down. So,
I'm in a barrel. Anybody want to roll me?
yeah.
Yes, I would
Fall
love to
down
roll
the
you down the stairs.
Yep.
All right. I curl up into my barrel and let anyone who would like to roll me down the stairs.
Ryan kind of looks at the rest of the group, like ready to just kick the barrel down the stairs. And
Yep.
yeah, okay.
Go for it.
Oh, that's cathartic.
Feels good every time.
Yeah.
You'll be
So-
first one down.
This next floor, I don't have a map that I can upload for you all, so we're going to have to... I'll just draw on the grid here to kind of help you guys keep straight what's going on.
Unacceptable, Jack.
Yeah, deal with it.
You said you were ready.
I am. The map... Listen, the map is still in pencil in my notebook. It's not going to let me get a usable picture out of that. So, you come down these spiral stairs, and you end up in this large circular chamber. Just this giant circle that you're in with all these burial niches along the walls. But there is a large open archway, large open doorway directly south. And you can hear some odd chittering and clanking noises that you would immediately recognize as the goblins.
All right.
The professor is just absolutely elated, just like, oh my gosh, I need to study all of these bodies. This is so amazing.
You stay here and do that then.
Yeah.
I was about to say, wasn't I the first one down? I just uncurl myself from my barrel and be like, hey, everyone, come on down. It's just a bunch of noise,
Yeah.
I guess.
So, what's happening here?
I'm going to look around the room, make sure that there's nothing obvious that is going to impede our advancement.
Lives.
Yeah. Well,
There's just in this room, looking around it, just lots and lots of, dead monks.
Have a good night, Poison Ivy.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for coming by.
Thanks
We'll
for
catch you
coming
later.
by.
And then there's the doorway going south, or the passage going south.
okay. And so everyone is behind me, I take it?
Yeah, you're the
Or-
first down in this room. Everyone
Okay.
else would then move down the stairs after you.
So would anybody like to take point, or do you want me to just do my thing and run down the hallway?
Would you
After
really
you.
wait for one of us to take point?
Well, I don't want to be the glory hound here or anything. So,
I
so
plan to not go first.
well,
say that.
yeah. Says machine gun nipples over here. Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, so I'll start going down the hallway
Okay.
with my
Do it.
robot legs.
You
Clank, clank, clank,
follow
clank,
this
clank.
long hallways for quite a ways, and it's probably when you get maybe 20, 30 yards down this hallway, the noise from the goblins stops.
Okay, I'm going to stop at that point in time.
Uh,
Mainly because I have traps, and I'm like, holy moly, that doesn't count, right? So can I do that, Chuck?
what are you
I'm like,
doing?
I stop dead in my tracks whenever I stop hearing the noise,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I just listen, and I'm like,
Okay.
okay, what's going on?
You're listening. Give me a standard check.
That's D6, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Bloop.
You kind of lose hearing of it. Like you definitely get the feeling like this feels like some kind of trap or ambush. That's very clearly they were making noise to lure all of you down here. And then all of a sudden it
Okay.
went away. But looking down, you can see that there is an intersection up ahead. There is a closed door of some kind. It would be on the west wall. It would be on the right hand for the way you're facing. And then the hallway
Okay.
continues straight, and then there's also a turn towards the left. As I've kind of drawn all the roll 20.
Beautiful drawing, by the way, Chuck.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Which way do we feel like testing today?
Is there any indication from disturbed dust again?
You would check out the disturbed dust. Go ahead and give me a test at this point.
Just a regular test.
Yeah, standard test would be good.
There we go.
Hey,
Fantastic.
there.
You would
The
see
nose.
very specifically that they turned towards the left, the east.
The open door.
The east, right?
Yeah.
They went that away.
So as you guys are moving down the hall to the east, then is that correct?
I think so, yeah.
I
Yeah.
suppose so, yeah.
As you all would move down to the east, you would see that this closed door here on the right, it's actually not a closed door so much as a giant stone slab instead of like a doorway. There's no handle, there's no... you do see that there are some scrape marks on the door going in like a vertical... Like maybe initially you thought, does this slide out of the ground or out of the ceiling? But it's definitely in the closed position. But chiseled into the thing, in that that language of slashes and circles, it's definitely got in very bold lettering a warning written on it. And the professor would, oh, listen, it's a warning.
Oh, good.
It says, turn back now or risk awakening, murder and kill all fleshy meat bags 3000.
I like it.
Oh, that must be what the MACM stands for.
But Elven
Everything makes sense now.
Right. It's an acronym.
Yes, that's
Well-
the right word.
If we do wake it up, we know it's going to be missing an arm.
Ah, that is a good, somewhat of an advantage.
I don't know that that's enough.
Well, from what the rooms above said, where it talked about disassembling it, it did say that its brain was stored somewhere else. So as long as it doesn't get its brain, even if they put the body back, we might be okay.
I don't know about that, Doc. I've seen plenty of murderous killer types that don't have brains, and they do a lot of damage anyway.
Yeah.
That is a solid
So-
point.
Maybe he'll still kill things. He'll just also kill robots and
Yeah.
trees.
That could be it.
I was
Put a
about to
strange
say,
emphasis on the word tree there.
Sorry, fella.
so Chuck just blotted us here. So we need to find the brain before he does, basically.
Well, he's getting at the brain wasn't stored in this location.
Exactly. And so if we get that beforehand, then hopefully dude doesn't awake, or is he already awake? Do we know?
You don't know.
We
I
don't
think
know.
we just continue on until we
So-
find out more.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just you said it's just a stone wall, pretty much.
Yeah, like
No.
like an archway, like a door archway with this
Okay.
giant stone slab.
Mhm.
Okay.
Um,
Well, then continue on down the hallway, then, I guess.
Okay, we'll
You
stay the course.
continue down the hallway for a ways.
But I make it look good, though. 'cause
You make it look
the difference.
fantastic. And you
Excuse
come
me.
to
Do my Instagram walk. It's all good.
an intersection. Another
Oh, no.
four-way
Not one
stop.
of those.
This has got, a right, a left, straight ahead. Looking at the dust there, Titus, it does look like they turn towards the right, which would be down towards the south.
South!
Whatever you say, Titus.
I
All
shout
right.
bravely from the rear.
Now, one thing I did forget to mention something here. Once
Is
you
that
got
we win.
shut up. Once you got out of the main crypt into this hallway, this hallway's illuminated by these weird sconces with this blue flickering light. Think like a torch with like a glass globe, essentially like electric lamps attached to the wall. With this blue flickering faint light. And it's like every, 10 feet along these walls. So it's actually pretty well illuminated down here.
Okay. So, obviously, can I grab one of them?
You can
Question
grab
mark?
one. Your legs extend and you grab it. It's fixed to the wall.
Oh.
Dang.
Maybe if you put some real muscle into it.
I have robotic legs. Can I just pull it off the wall, like put my legs onto the wall?
Sure. I'm
and
going
then
to make you
pull it
give me a standard test for that, though.
Okay. Which is a D6, right?
Click the standard macro.
Standard macro. Oh, there's so many macros.
There should be 3.
I don't have any, actually.
You click on the little macro, the little 3 lines, and then click show macro quick bar. And then check the 3 options in there.
Gotcha. Blam. Did I do that right?
There you go. You do succeed. So you grab this thing and you
Okay.
stretch with your legs and you rip it off the wall. And as soon as you rip it off the wall, the light in it goes out. And you
Oh.
can see where it attached to the wall. There's this cord hanging down with 2 ends of exposed wire, and it's just arcing lightly between each other.
Lame.
Yeah. You
Not
just
bad.
ripped
Well-
a lamp off the wall.
Now I
Stick
have a
your tongue in
club.
there.
Now you have a club with a glass head on it.
Yep.
It's gonna do extra
Gotta-
damage the first
Gotta
time
look
you
at the
hit.
bright side. That's all I'm saying.
Oh God.
Anyway, so
That was
uh,
adequately terrible.
you
Thank
turn
you.
south,
All right.
and it leads to a door, but the door is open slightly. What do you all want to do?
I'm
Yeah, that's
slowly peek in the slightly open door.
You peek in the slightly open door, and it is just a bare room with just these weird light sconces along the walls.
Don't pull them off. It's not worth it.
Okay.
Nothing at all in here then.
Now, you did follow the dust tracks into this room.
Mhm.
So let's check for tarps, boys.
Yep. Let's check for some curtains.
Yes.
I'm gonna scan the room.
Titus, were you going to continue trying to track the dust?
Yes.
Okay.
And again, paying attention if anything splits off.
There are some at that intersection. There's older tracks going towards the north and the east. but the very fresh ones that you're tracking went south into this room. So everyone who's doing something, I want you to just roll me just a standard test. So Titus is tracking this dust. Dan's looking for tarps.
Dang.
Hey, for once, it's not me. Yay.
Dan passes. David, you passed. Bert, you passed. So Dan, what were you looking for?
More of those tarps, painted.
You do not find any, and you feel very confident about it. David, what were you looking for?
I was looking for any pretty much tarps.
Okay.
I was going to ask Titus if any of the footsteps led up to a wall or anything.
So, and that's what Titus's success would actually reveal. The footsteps actually lead to the sconce on the opposites. It wouldn't be the opposite. It would be on the right wall, on the west wall.
Oh, can we?
Hang on, let me get my description out.
Okay, all right.
And then
I was excited.
So the tracks lead to this sconce, and then immediately straight across to the wall directly behind it on the east wall. So Bear Thulu, if Titus were to point that out, you could then try and...
Okay, I would like to do so.
You give it a pull, it doesn't pull. You give it a little jiggle, it doesn't jiggle. Eventually you move it to the side like a lever, and a portion of the wall directly behind you slides open.
Nice.
Okay.
And there is a hidden passage behind that. What do you do?
I suppose we will look at it, but I will
Yeah.
let somebody else go first.
Yeah,
'Cause I'm just a big old
I'll-
sissy.
I
I'll
can go-
run down the hallway. It's fine.
Okay.
It's a short hallway that opens up into a long room.
Mhm.
You immediately see on the opposite side of the room 2 goblins standing there. In their hands is a rope that stretches across the room and just stops a few feet from where you are on the ground. On the wall behind them is a lever.
Okay.
Uh,
I'm gonna
how
do
many-
my
how many
golem
goblins?
2.
Two.
2.
2 goblins.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my golem. He has the ring impression, and just charge one of them.
Okay, you just charge into the room. You get maybe a step in, and you feel just a tiny bit of resistance across your foot. As all of a sudden, lining the north walls, what looks like little barrels essentially open up from ports in the walls. They're maybe 5 feet up, and just barrages of arrows start shooting across this room. Now,
Oh, okay.
were
I
you
got.
were you running at human height?
No, I was running at goblin height, but I
Okay.
was running at full speed, if that matters. And
So,
I
well,
was charging.
okay.
So
Well, the arrows start shooting across, just whizzing above your head as you charge into melee with one of these goblins. Go ahead and give me an attack.
all right. Wait, I have a club, right?
No, you have a
Yeah,
barrel. Your barrel was your weapon.
And
You would be
But I
most
pulled
likely.
the torch
Oh
off
yeah,
the wall.
your torch. Yes,
And-
go ahead and swing it.
So for
This
what it's
is
worth.
an improvised weapon, so you're gonna have disadvantage on this. So you're gonna roll this.
Disadvantage.
Yeah.
All right.
You're more likely to have success with your barrel.
But we're past that. He swings with his club, his lamp, and he just misses. Let's go ahead and let's roll some initiative.
All right.
So as you're in this room, the trap has been triggered, and just volleys of arrows are shooting across this room from one side to the other. Ooh, Bert, that's a 3, man.
Oof.
I was distracted thinking about the uncertain.
All right. So is that everyone? That's everyone.
That's me.
That's some low rolls from us this time.
So it's
Yeah.
going to be Chris,
Nice.
Jeremy, goblins.
What do you mean by goblins?
The mech,
other goblins.
the evil goblins
Oh.
you're fighting.
Okay.
Then it's going to be Dave,
The other mecha goblins.
Yeah. We've got 2 mecha goblins.
Other
around.
mecha goblins. Not these ones, but the others.
Mecha Goblin 2, Electric Boogaloo.
All right, Chris, you are up.
All right. I'm gonna run up and stab one of them.
You're a goblin. Okay, so you can do so without being at risk of the arrows.
Yep.
Yes.
Hiya. Nice.
Yeah, you hit it. You stab and you feel. What kind of weapon are you using?
A dagger.
You feel your dagger sink in and just slides along metal. You know you did damage, but you can definitely tell that these are more metal than flesh.
Play of the game. I'm
Sinks
gonna run
in
up
and
and
goes.
stab him.
"Shoo."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So give me a second here.
Run up and stab him. Chris,
The fuck?
2020.
Where are the goblins? Is this not alphabetical? What the shit?
Just a shiv.
Oh well, I don't need the stats. I can make it up as we go. All right. So you stab into this goblin. It's still up. Jeremy, how tall are you?
I am not goblin height.
5
said
foot's
there's-
the number.
5 foot. Yeah, sadly, I'm still just tall enough. I really don't want to get shot by a bunch of arrows. You said something about like there being a rope. that's,
Yeah.
like, just in front of us.
They had a rope laid out on the ground. They had a hold of it. And it stopped right about where that tripwire was.
Okay. Well, I don't necessarily want to get right up in the rope, but if they were still holding on to it, what I think would be fun is instead of me going in and getting shot by a bunch of arrows, maybe grab the rope and try and pull them onto the ground to give my goblin buddies advantage. on
Sure.
attacking them.
Go ahead. I'll say you grab the rope without a problem. Go ahead and roll me a standard test on that.
All right.
You give it a tug, but it just slips out of their hands.
Why do you have to be such weak little bastards?
Yeah.
Hold on to it and fall down like real men.
It is now the goblin's turn, so it's 2 versus 2 here. One goblin is going to attack Jared. It pulls out a hand, but instead of a hand, it's just got like a spiked ball where its fist would be. And it bonks Jared's goblin right on the head for 1 point of damage.
Oh,
And then it goes in for another punch, like an uppercut with this spiked hand, dealing
What's with the
another
bonking?
point of damage.
cheese and rice. Okay.
The other goblin then attacks Grid. It reveals a hand that looks like just a big fork, just pointy tines.
That's adorable.
It takes 1 jab at you, dealing 1 point of damage.
Oh no! It declared fork you and was successful.
And then it takes another jab at you, dealing a 2nd point of damage.
Yeah.
So you each took 2
Ah.
points of damage.
My armor's down to 1 health.
David, it is your turn.
Now I'm a lot taller. than
Yes,
5
you are.
feet.
If you move through this room, you are going to get hit by arrows. Unless you want to like get down and crawl.
Okay.
But I'm going to say it's going to use both of your actions to move over to them. And
Okay.
then you're going to be on your hands and knees next to them.
Okay, so it'll take a movement to get up on the next turn.
You could get up on the next turn, but you're still going to be in firing range of these arrows. The arrows are from like one wall clear to the other wall, just firing
Okay.
across.
So they're fighting under the arrows, right?
They are fighting under the arrows.
Yeah.
The line of the arrows is at 5 feet.
Oh, boy.
It's
Yeah.
pretty heroic on goblin scale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just put up a bunch of band posters as you're running, and
God.
you'll be free advertising, dude. You'll make a lot of money.
Oh boy, I don't know what to do about that. And so there was an actual tripwire that was tripped, right?
Yes.
Probably thanks to me.
Joe
Yeah.
Secca definitely snapped a tripwire. And if you
Lovely.
looked at where the tripwire was and where the rope was, it looks like they had the rope attached to the tripwire.
So they could actuate
Yeah.
it themselves.
Yeah.
So if we stepped over it, they'd still pull it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, to my defense, I'm just saying they were gonna do it anyway. So
Doesn't really change
Uh,
anything.
exactly.
It's a weird
Alright.
conversation to be having right now.
Now, I have one last question before I do what I'm going to do. Can I attack while I'm crawling?
It's
Like if
going to
I'm-
take, since you're going to be on your hands and knees moving across this long room, it's going to take both of your actions to get from one.
and that's fine. But
yeah,
next
when
turn-
on next turn, yeah, you'll be able to attack. You'll be doing it one step down. So
okay,
if you would
then
usually
I'll do
attack
that.
with advantage, you'll be attacking at standard. So yeah.
Okay, then I'll be crawling towards them then.
Okay,
and-
so you shimmy across on the ground, and you make it over there. Jared,
Yes.
your turn.
Just gonna continue to beat the other goblin into oblivion with my torch
Okay, go for it.
or my extinguished torch.
You're right up there,
Uh,
so you'll be able to swing twice.
Okay. Is that just regular?
That's going
a
to
regular
be
test.
a standard. Did you choose a weapon proficiency and mastery, or was it just barrel?
It was just it was just barrel.
Choosing just barrel is going to bite you in the butt. This is going to be a disadvantage then.
Okay.
Your first attack misses. You can swing again.
Okay.
Look at you using the character sheet. That hits.
There you go.
All right.
Nice.
Bam.
But it's still
It's
up.
about time.
Right.
Kablam.
Dan, what are you doing?
Seeing as luck is turning against me, I'm sure right now, I'll try and shoot if I
Okay.
may.
Does this game have a rule for shooting into melee?
I don't think it does.
Okay.
I didn't see anything.
All right. Good.
Thank goodness.
Didn't say
Yeah.
anything either.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is a hit.
Yes.
Sure.
And I'll do it
Man.
again because
Yeah.
why not? Oh, there it
Ooh.
is. Okay.
Nice.
You drop
That sternum
one of
cannon
these.
is killing.
Yeah, you drop one of these mecha goblins.
Yeah.
So after Dan, it's
Which
Bert.
one?
The one that Chris was fighting.
Oh. Well,
I'm
thanks,
just
Chuck.
a stationary
got it.
bear turret.
Are there
thank
any?
you.
Are there any goblins that are not engaged?
No, there was only two goblins and they're both engaged.
Okay.
This one
One
would
of
be
them's
currently
dead.
engaged with Joe Secca.
All right. Well, I know Mecha Bear Thulu is fairly injured, so I'm going to take a shot at the ones on him. How many does he have on him?
Well, no, there's
14.
just one goblin right now.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
there's
the one
one.
I'm
Okay.
beating with the torch.
Yeah, and
Oh,
it's
okay.
on the other side of the room from you and Bear Thulu.
And
Well,
I'm
good
being
thing
a
I have a
sissy
crossbow.
at
Okay.
at the entrance of the room.
Yep. I am, however, only 4'1", so
You could move across, yeah.
yeah. But I
Ooh.
am going to just
Oh.
Nice.
Oh,
two
That's-
shots.
Well, you
Holy
don't.
cow.
God damn!
In both eyes.
You tore that up.
I'm just
Uh,
gonna stop what I'm doing and look over and be like,
You
"Dude, what-
pin this
WTF?"
goblin to the wall behind it, and it slumps dead on your crossbow bolt.
I was actually aiming for you. Surprising coincidence.
It's understandable.
So some of you are in this room. The arrows are still going, and there is this odd lever on the wall that was behind the goblins.
Mhm.
Are you moving across the room to pull it?
No, I'm gesturing to them.
Well, I have traps. Can I check it? Question
Sure,
mark?
go
Oh, that's-
ahead.
that's a
If
good
you
idea.
got something that allows you to check for traps, does it say
All
what
right.
difficulty you can do that?
Well, I just have it's under a trait and it says Trap Master. I don't know. I can look if you would like.
I got the book
Sure.
right here.
All right. I'm also sneaky and an acrobat, so in case clowns come out of it or something like
roll
that,
it with advantage then, because that's what
advantage.
Trapmaster lets you do.
Okay.
That's sweet.
Blah, blah,
Oh,
blah,
nice.
blah. Bam.
Yeah, you check this thing over, and it looks like the only trap that was in this room was the tripwire you triggered. You're
knew
not
it, y'all.
sure.
That's how it is sometimes.
Knew it all along.
Yeah, you're not sure what this lever does, but you're fairly confident that it is not going to cause you any harm in this room.
Okay. And so, have the arrows stopped?
No,
You may have already. Okay.
they're still
Is
going.
there a way to make them stop? Question mark.
You don't
Well,
know at this point.
I
No,
wonder
okay.
how many arrows are in that wall.
Right.
They're just breaking and shattering against the opposite wall. Oh, you're talking about shooting. Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, behind the cannons. Yeah.
Hundreds of arrows have fired so far.
Jeez.
So,
Okay.
are you going to pull the lever?
Oh, okay. We haven't done it yet. Okay.
I'm gonna let somebody else pull the lever. Somebody else do something.
I'm gonna try to shoot my laser eyes at one of the arrow holes. See if it stops it.
All right, give me a test with disadvantage. You miss it, and you just scorch the wall next to it. Iron Spine, are you going to pull this lever?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You pull the lever.
From my position, yeah.
You pull the lever, and the arrows stop.
Oh, good.
And you hear some rumbling somewhere off in the distance.
Oh no. Push the lever back up. Push the lever back up.
I'll push the lever back up.
You hear some rumbling off in the distance, and the arrows start back up.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
So it's certainly opening that door that we don't want to go
Yeah.
through.
Yep. Okay. Well, I'll
Pull it back down, I guess.
Pull it back down.
I'll turn off the arrows again.
All right, the arrows turn off, and you hear rumbling off in the distance.
Okay. I'm gonna stand up now.
Okay. So, what's next?
Well, we have 2 hallways we haven't walked down yet.
That's true.
Well, 3 hallways actually.
If you were
And a door.
to move back to the intersection where you turn south, you would actually see the hallway. Looking down the hallway above that door, you see there's a green light now above it, next to 2 red lights.
Mm.
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay.
That means there's probably more levers.
Probably,
Well,
yes.
I say Go ahead.
Let's go east.
East? You want to go this way? So you go east. It goes down for a little bit.
Oh.
Or I'm sorry, no. It goes east for a little bit. I said the wrong word. And then it
Oh.
opens up into a large room with a lever on the far wall and a checkerboard floor, white and black tiles.
Maybe we search for traps before running in on this one.
Yes.
Everyone is a critic. Okay.
Well, I'm just saying it's your specialty. and
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
putting faith in you.
All right. So checkerboard floor. Going to check for traps then, Chuck.
All right.
Would that be okay?
Roll it for advantage, yeah.
All right. Do advantage. Liam.
You check it out and kind of you kneel in the doorway and start inspecting the tiles, and you find that the white tiles they all appear to be a pressure plate. They all appear to be pressure plates.
I feel like our acrobat goblin would be the most adept
Yep.
at not screwing this up.
Recommend.
Because we like to
good.
volunteer you for work.
Yep. Or better
Yes.
yet, we can throw him.
You could throw me or roll me in my barrel
That would set
across
up pressure
all of the
plates.
white tiles.
Yeah. It's not
Just
doable.
make sure somebody that can kick really hard and make me roll really fast.
I think that's a great
I'm
idea.
down.
You should do it.
Made every
All
crack in
right,
the
so
room.
that was a bad idea, everyone.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I mean, if you want to be kicked, I'll do it. But
So here's the plan. It's crazy, but hear me out. Only step on the black tiles.
Hmm.
And are there enough black tiles?
Yeah,
for
it's-
all of us. Yeah.
Sure,
we
there's
don't
plenty
all
of
need to
them.
go.
It's not to
I'm not
scale.
going.
So, Chuck, is this a chessboard? Is
Yes.
there enough squares to be a chessboard?
That looks, well, there are more squares than what would be on a chessboard.
Okay.
And they
Okay.
go clear to the walls. But yeah, it's just, these tiles are maybe 2 feet square. And it's just a big checkered floor.
Okay.
And so if we play hopscotch, can we, get
You're
past?
you're talking of hopping from black tile to black tile to get clear across.
I'm an acrobat. Yeah.
Yes, you would need to make an acrobatics check since you are an acrobat. You'll
Shall
get
we,
advantage.
gents?
Mhm.
Well, I think they're sending you on your own.
Oh, well, thanks, gents.
You're an acrobat.
If I mean, right?
You start
Allegedly.
hopping across this room. You get about a quarter of the way in, and your foot slips, and you depress a white tile. And
Yikes.
from the far side of the wall, right underneath the lever, a panel slides open, and a barrel of a gun slides out, hones in on you, and takes.
Oh, no.
The fuck did that thing go? Oh my gosh! Did you all hear that bouncing around?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It doesn't actually want to shoot him.
exactly.
No,
Gun
it
likes
does. It zooms in on you and hits you for 1 point of damage. As just this
Oh, no.
turret comes out of the wall and just pap, and then it fires the second round.
So-
But the second
what
round
height?
misses. It's
height?
maybe
Aimed.
well, it is aiming, and it's aiming in the X and the Y. But this thing is maybe like 2 feet off the ground.
Okay.
Okay, so I fall down onto the black tile
If-
in my barrel.
If that's what you
and-
want to do. I wouldn't
Uh.
make you do it. You just got shot. I'm not going to make you fall.
Oh, okay.
But if you want to fall for flavor, you're absolutely welcome to.
Yeah, then I'm gonna fall for flavor, and I'm just gonna kind of roll around on this black tile that I'm on.
Now these
going,
tiles are like 2 feet square.
That's enough to roll around in a barrel, I guess.
It is definitely not. But if you want to fall down and roll around, you absolutely can.
You're just gonna get shot 6 times.
All right, so I'll just stay there, and I'll be like, "Hold up, everyone! Does anyone else want to try this?"
Now, what did I say? You're like, what, 2/3 of the way through, I think?
You said a fourth of the way through.
A fourth of the way
quarter.
through.
A quarter.
You should have just
is what
said
you
yes, and you would have been further into the room. So you're
Yeah,
a quarter of the
exactly.
way in. Now what? Are you going to turn around and try and go back out, or are you going to...
No, I'm just gonna stop and go. Hold on, I just got shot. What's going on? And kind of look back at all of these.
I'm going to say,
jokers.
how about instead of trying to jump over the white squares, you just sort of go diagonal and step?
Iron Pine has an idea. I'm gonna get close to where the tile starts, like right at the beginning of the room. I'm gonna take my log and I'm gonna press one kind of to my left, one of the white tiles down with the log.
Okay.
So away
while
from
I'm
my
a quarter
body.
in the way.
You depress the tile.
Mhm.
It scans the room for a second, and it zeroes in on Joseka.
I'm going to.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to jump into my barrel like
Yep.
that.
Okay.
Uh,
was
The first shot misses,
okay.
and lucky you, the second shot misses as well.
All right.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna yell sorry. I was testing to see if it would fire at the tile that was
Yeah, I love the
Testing.
idea.
because I was just gonna sit there and spam the tile and make
Uh,
it fire at that one. While I
No,
walked
it definitely depressing a tile activates this other system, which
Okay.
aims and shoots at things in the room.
up. Okay,
Oh,
gotcha.
So
Maybe-
Did you say there was a lever somewhere in the room?
there is a lever on the far side of the room.
Yeah.
Can I
Yeah, you gonna magic
to
it?
move?
You can absolutely magic it to move. Give me your incantation test or your magic test.
Oh no.
You give it a shot and it wiggles just a little bit, but it's not enough to pull the lever down.
Your force powers were insufficient for this
What does the
lever.
Right.
ceiling look like?
It is a exact like duplicate of what's on the ground. A checkered tiles along the
Oh,
ceiling.
no.
I'm gonna try and just carefully step on the black tiles.
Okay, give me. Do you have acrobatics or something along those lines?
No.
All right, I'm gonna make you do it at standard then. You dance your way across and you get halfway.
He
Nice.
gets halfway.
He does. You feel kind of motivated seeing him, so you could try again if you wanted to, Jared.
Okay, I'm going to try again then.
And give me advantage. Since you have acrobatics, not only is it easier, but I'll let you move further too. You pass,
There you
and
go.
you're now like 3/4 of the way across. You're
And I flip Chris the bird. I'm like,
yeah.
ah.
So the two of you are now in the room. Are you both going to try and make a move towards the last lever, or the lever?
Yeah.
Roll. Chris, you make it. You grab the lever and you pull it, and you hear, the rumbling noise off in the distance. And there you go.
All right, Chris. You done made yourself an enemy here. You're like, dang it. Okay.
I'm like, yeah, that was impressive.
Yeah, walking must have been really hard.
Mhm.
So we make ourselves out of the room, quick.
Sure.
Yes. Okay.
Once you get back out into that intersection, you can see there's now 2 green lights above that one stone slab of a door and 1 red light above it.
Okay.
Only place left to go is north.
Well, two
I
ways
question the
left.
wisdom in opening this door, gentlemen.
I do
Right.
too, but
But let's continue.
The
All right,
hallway
let's-
continues up for a bit.
Well, green can't mean murder, right?
Green is good.
And it takes you to a small room up at the top. You see that there is a lever right there on the far side.
Levers, my mortal enemy.
Mhm.
uh-huh.
All right, Chris. Let's let a non-goblin do something.
Hold on. Let me see if I can get this one.
Yeah, go ahead and roll your magic test.
No.
Dang.
They're stuck.
Magic is not working in our favor.
These
in this
things are
matchup at all.
faulty.
All right, so
Yeah.
Why do I always get the defective ones?
David, what were you gonna do?
I'm going to nicely ask for one of our goblin pals to check for traps. Since they are, well, specifically Josica is a trap master.
Yeah,
great
roll with
answer.
advantage.
Yes.
I'm just
All
good
right.
at breaking into stuff.
There you go.
You find it's almost really easy to find it, a large, thick trip line going one side of the room to the other.
Okay. Just right in the doorway.
I drew it on the map. It's like 2 or 3 feet into the room
Okay.
from one wall to the other. Right,
Is it like really obvious?
it's really obvious. Yeah.
Yeah.
Once
Wow.
Joe Secca finds it, it's very obvious.
There's another trap in here, boys.
Probably so. considering
Now-
the
So
other
I
line.
run straight into it.
I was gonna say
No,
now
I'm
that
kidding.
Joe Secca is aware of that, you can check again.
Oh.
Do
I've seen this
it.
before. You step over the
Yeah.
line
There
and
we
get hit
go.
by a log.
You step over and you realize that the row of tiles right behind this trip line is just one giant pressure plate.
Oh. Throw Chris. Or what's his name?
I mean,
Grid.
you could probably toss me that far.
Oh shit! Hey, Treebeard.
Heyo.
I'm going to I'll just kind of underhand toss someone.
You could probably just set me down over there. Like,
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Just reach. Bloop.
Well, the thing is, there's 2 traps already. There might be more. I want to get you as close to that lever as possible.
Are you gonna
And try and
toss them?
Toss them.
Oh, set him on top
Alright.
of the lever.
Give me a test. This is gonna be like a strength-based test. It should be. You should have advantage. You're big and strong, and
There's a
the
significant
goblins-
difference in size.
yeah. So give me a test with advantage.
And,
You-
yeah,
Yeah.
Easily toss.
I'm gonna try-
Grid.
grid, yeah.
Grid.
I'm
Go
gonna try to
ahead.
just catch myself on the lever to pull
Grid.
it down with gravity.
Go ahead and give me like a save. This is going to be like a reflex style save based on like your dexterity.
Just a standard.
Yeah, standard. Oh
Nice.
yeah, you catch
Yeah.
yourself on the lever and the lever pulls down and you can hear the the rumbling off in the distance. It lasts a little bit longer. And yeah.
Mecha Goblin Godzilla is coming for us.
Yeah.
Hey,
How much HP do you have left, Jared?
Not
Not a lot.
Not a lot. I think I have 2.
Jeez.
Yeah, I got 2. Yeah.
Too bad our healer keeps flubbing.
Yeah.
If you want to try and heal someone else, that's not me. I wouldn't be offended.
If you want to heal somebody, make it a fighter because we're about to face Mecha Goblin Godzilla. I can chill out and back and throw badgers at him or something.
I'm good. I only feel a little bit of pain, and that just makes the fight all the better.
Yeah, I mean, in fairness, you are the one who is
Right.
most hurt. You and Mechabear Thulu, but he's cursed. I mean, I do feel a little bit of pain right around here, just a little bit of a bruise.
So, what exactly is happening right now?
I think we're second guessing our own decisions at the moment.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Instant regret. Yeah.
I'm gonna slowly go back toward the tile,
Mhm.
stop just before the pressure plate, and ask Tree Friend if he can pick me up.
Hey,
All right, I will do so. I'll
Yeah.
just reach over, pick you up, and move
no
you back up
problem.
there.
Yeah.
Much obliged.
Well,
Let's go see what's behind the door.
yeah.
Well, and there's always south as well, if we want to just
Yeah,
dig into
good
it
point.
first.
And I did have one question. Didn't we determine that we had a base camp set up somewhere?
Yeah, you do.
Surface.
Yeah. You guys want to leave the dungeon and camp out for the night?
Trying to heal up.
Could do that.
That would be opportune.
Yeah.
And this is actually a good time. We're right at the 2-hour mark.
I haven't had a bite to eat since we've been down here. That sounds like an excellent idea.
So,
Ooh,
why don't we
Yeah.
do that? Everyone will head back to the base camp. Next session, you guys will be ready to come back in and either investigate that door going south, the door that slid open. And as you guys would leave, you would see that door now stands open. And peering into the room, you clearly see some large form lying on the center of the ground, covered with a tarp. And the professor is absolutely elated. He's like, no, let's go look now. But you all convince him and drag him out like, no, we need to recuperate before we even try to look at that.
Mhm.
Probably a good idea.
We're still going to do the leveling up thing. So this is going to be level 3 we'll be moving into for this. That means everyone gets another hit point, and you either get a new weapon proficiency or a weapon mastery. So those of you with new mechanical body weapons, I would recommend you take proficiency in whatever that is. Or if you already have proficiency in that, you can kick it up to mastery. So like Jared, you would have to have proficiency in like unarmed combat, and then you could take mastery in your feet, but probably you're just going to have to take proficiency in unarmed combat. So from now on, when you kick, you'll be rolling standard. Dan, same thing with ranged. You're going to have to take proficiency in ranged.
Do we get the 1 hit point extra as well? Or
Yeah,
the 1
yep.
health extra?
Yep, you get 1 hit point extra.
And are we healing up before the next session?
Yeah,
Then-
you'll camp out for the night. Everyone will come into this fresh.
Okay.
I'll let you know I've now exceeded the amount of health points that the character sheet will allow me to have.
Wonderful.
Okay, well, mark that somewhere else.
It let me type in 13. It just doesn't let me set it to 13.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
So-
that's fair.
I'm a mechanical goblin Bruce Lee. It's awesome.
There you
That is
go.
awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And I have to actually take 8 hours if I want to repair my armor.
Okay, well, you're resting for the night. Well,
Yeah.
you're not going to have
Yeah.
8 hours to repair your armor because you're going to have to sleep and stuff. So
Yeah.
you'll
It
still
says
be.
8 hours to repair all 3. So
Yeah.
I might be able to do 1 in like
Why
2
don't
or
we?
3 hours.
Yeah, why don't we call it that? You're able to repair 1 point of your armor.
Okay.
With that, we'll end the session for the night. 2 weeks when we play this again, like I said, we'll be ready to move back in. Everyone will be healed. We'll be level 3, ready to check out what these other rooms are holding. Let's go around the room and plug things. I think it's pretty much just going to be Bert and Jeremy. If you two have anything you want to plug.
Listen to my podcast of Steam, Steel, and Murder. Easy way to get it is bluemagic.com. BLUMAGIK. Lots of games, lots of fun.
Yeah. I enjoyed the pig smoke and the basic, so
Oh, you've been listening to Pig Smoke, huh?
I liked
Yeah,
pig smoke. That was fun.
fun.
So yeah, y'all should check that out. Jeremy, anything you want to plug?
I mean, I don't know what to say other than like watch what all these beautiful bastards do every week. And if you thought these goblins were fun, we'll have some more goblins this weekend.
Oh yeah,
Should be
that's
exciting.
right. So our schedule for the rest of the week, we don't have anything tomorrow night. It's kind of in observance of everything that's going on in the world. Let's see. Friday night, we have Joe's new campaign. It's a 5th edition campaign. This will be the second session of it, The Hollow Throne. Saturday, Jeremy here. He's running some goblins for some of us, and it's going to be great. I'm looking forward to it. I have my
Yeah.
helmet of infinite headbutts, which is just a metal, cod piece that I've got strapped to my forehead. It's going to be fantastic. And that's it for this week, really. We got a lot of shit. Follow us on Twitter to see the schedule. I've got a whole bunch of stuff on there. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. I don't know. That's all I got. This was a fun session. You guys figured some
Yeah.
things out. Got some Mecha Barathulu action going on.
Hell yeah.
Good stuff. So if there's nothing else, I'm going to go ahead and sign us off. So thanks for watching, and until we see you next time, start fires, do drugs, and wash your fucking hands. Deuces. And let me end the stream.